Hi! Oh my god. I've had an interesting day, guys. Yeah. Pretty interesting day. I'm exhausted. Oh my god, I'm just waiting for this thing to finish.
I think this thing ever finished though.
It's like the easiest equipment too, and it's still not finished. Hi Danielle, I miss you. I miss you so much. Oh my butt. How was your day? Sorry, I'm not talking. I don't know why. I just want to hear this for a second. No, I had a pretty good day today. I I worked, of course, but I also read some of the Bible today, some Romans chapter 1, and I had a good time, learning about what Paul was saying about you could be a believer. All right, you could say you believe in Jesus, but it's how you show it, or it's how you act on it is what makes you a true believer. Or not active, but it's what you believe in. I on the terms of is if like the Bible says you do not lust like porn, or you know what I mean, or any of that, because it's a sin. You know what I mean, and it's not good. And I was learning about that for a minute before I had to go to work today, and it was actually pretty cool. Learning about something I didn't know before, and so I do like want to start reading the Bible a little bit more at night, and during the day it's actually a pretty interesting thing to read. I love that. And then how to do healthier and better relationships and stuff like that too. Um, yeah, that's all she wrote. all she wrote about that. But yeah, and then I put some Call of Duty. I did swear a lot, so I'm gonna pray for some forgiveness on that. That was pretty annoying. Yeah, I only swore. Let me get this right. Right? Um, yeah, I only swore because it was mad at the game, which I shouldn't have done. I should have been like, flip. I didn't. Instead, I raged at the game like an absolute champion. But it's okay though. I ain't mad at that. Everyone does the same thing. Alright, so this thing is finally doing what it's meant to be doing, which is this. So after this, then I can sleep and I can sell the profit, and then I'm buying a truck, a semi-truck. Me and Alex tonight, before we go to bed, because Alex I don't think has work tomorrow, we're going to do one more harvest, and we're going to try to see if we can buy this field, I think, or number 39, and start doing the same crop. I'm not doing green beans, because I don't think green beans keep going in the harvester, so. We were in the negative, we were high in positives, so I bought this harvester. And the thing is, too, is the reason why I bought the harvester is because the small one I had just didn't, like, I don't know, grab as much, or it didn't, not say grab as much, but it didn't hold as much, so I had to keep filling it every 5 minutes. And that, my semi-truck wasn't, like, doing the best. Now, I could have done one or the other. I could have kept the harvester and sold the truck and then bought a bigger truck, which would have been way smarter, but I would still had to wait until this harvest came, and I still would have had to wait until we sold it all just to get that money. So, that's why too. We're almost there, though. It takes about 2 hours to do a harvest, though, honestly. Like, if you really think about it, it really does take 2 hours. Oh, I like touching my nuts. It's a little weird, but it's true. It's weird. I'm touching my nuts and it feels great. Marble Spinner. Yeah, I'm glad I had a good day today. I had a lot of fun at work, Me and my coworkers were, having a good time, joking around and doing weird things or whatever. It was a good night, and then yeah, then I have tomorrow off, and I'm probably gonna, hang out, do some things with the family. Hopefully my car part comes in tomorrow so I can work on it. So I'm hoping that's a thing for tomorrow, and I can get my Jeep back up on the road. Because it's been sitting in my driveway for the past week to a week and a half now. So or 2 weeks actually, it hasn't gone anywhere except for here. And yeah, I got it. First week I got it back from Virginia. It's been 2 weeks. Wow. It's been sitting for 2 weeks and it hasn't been fixed. It's unlocked and everything. People can go to my Jeep and just steal shit, crap. Sorry. Alright, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's a little longer than expected, but... crazy. I'm actually gonna get it fixed and conditioned right now, actually. Yeah, I miss my girlfriend. To sell this only for 30,000 when I bought this for 41,000. Bro, this inflation is so funny, right? I've only had this for about 90 months, right? 90 months. 5 years almost. Lines pretty much on lines of that, yeah. More than that, actually. It's crazy. So I've had this for a while, but for 30,000 for a truck, heck no. It doesn't even have any hours into it. It only has like 7 hours. Yeah, okay, though. Wait for this truck to be done. It's almost there. It's slowly taking its time. It's because it stops to do like these correction moves. So yeah, the next field that I want to look at and buy is this one, which is 126,000, and this one's 209,000. The goal is when we do buy these fields, I want to combine the fields. So this is a small field, right? This is a bigger field. But here's the thing, right? There is a trench, I think, in between these two right here, right? So here's the thing, what I was thinking of. I was thinking, what if we take this field, and this field, and combine it all into one big, gigantic field, or and what's up? Night. And yeah, and just use this and this field as a way to make some profit too. Because the thing is, I want to buy a big cotton field. The only big cotton field that we have is 32. And the thing is, I don't feel like having to sell everything on this farm to move over there just to do cotton. Might as well keep the stuff we have. Because us restarting multiple times is actually what is making us lose money versus gaining any. I lost so much money just doing this, then, whatever. Like, our crop is green, I think, right? So it's like this color. So that's another field we could buy and put a farm technically on if we want to. Or like we buy this little area. This lot comes with for almost that's a lot. We could buy this and store everything on there and have this lot, and then we can also own this one too. And you know what I mean? This all would be the same crop. But that's if we make millions of dollars. We also want to do cotton. Cotton is pretty good at making money, so it just really depends on what we want to do, honestly. Like, I'm being so for real about that. So yeah, let's just yeah, but that's that's it. That's all she wrote, honestly. It's nothing new, it's nothing old. I'm seeing if putting this away won't do any damage to it, just keeps it the same. Hopefully, I can get done, and then I can, get this thing over, so then I can sell it and buy this new truck. And then harvest season, baby. That's all she wrote. What's up, Ma? She's at work. Oh no, she's not at work, she's at home. Yeah, for a minute. It's so funny. My parents are more concerned about my girlfriend than they are me a little bit. Wow, it's a funny situation over there. They were just asking where she is, and I said she's okay. You know what's funny is I love my girlfriend. I'll say that. I love my girlfriend. And I'm content. The first time in my life I would say I'm ever content about something. Like, I'm not nervous about her, where she's going. I'm not, worried. Like, yes, like today she was like, oh, I'm gonna go to the store and leave my phone behind. I'm like, you shouldn't do that. But like, it's like the first time in like my relationships ever that I've ever had a girlfriend that I've ever just was like, oh, you know what? You do you. And I'm not too worried about it. You know what I mean? She's worrying about me all the time. I do worry about her, and I think I don't care. I'm just thinking I'm content. Like, I don't want any girl, there's a bunch of girls online and, social media influencing people, but I don't want any of that. Like, I want the girlfriend, that loves and cares for me and that would take a bullet for me if I ever got hurt. And, that's my girlfriend. So yeah, that's all she wrote. I know she's probably not listening right now because she's probably watching a movie, but that's just everything. I'm waiting for Alex to get home. Where is this kid? This kid said he would be on like 30 minutes ago. This has been 30 minutes and this kid hasn't texted me, called me, or anything. I wonder if he's okay. Which is... It's... Oh, I love you too. Oh, my army. Nah, bro, but it's like... It's funny. That's all I gotta say. It's just like... I could never ask for anything else. Thomas Ellis. Felix. There's this kid that used to go to my old Christian school when I was in I think third grade. Yeah, it was like third grade or whatever. And his name was I think his name was Alex. Not Alex. What is his name? There was this kid I used to hang out with. Oh no, his name was Cole. This kid named Cole, right? We used to be hanging out a lot as a kid. I don't know how he's doing now, but he used to sing he used to sing the Fix It Felix song from Wreck-It Ralph. And I was like, Actually, speaking of that, I haven't seen that kid forever. Like, I don't have any of the kids I went to Burville with at all. Like, I had never got any of their contacts. Like, Cole's mom used to come to my house like 5 years ago, and that was 5 years ago though. That wasn't recent. I don't know how he is. I don't know if he's good or he's doing better, but he lived in Burville for the longest period. The most southern basic kid I've ever met in my life, but he was so cool. He was a funny guy. I remember one time he came over my house. This is funny as crap. He came over to my house, and it was on Christmas Eve. It was Christmas Eve, and we invited them over for dinner. And we had Christmas dinner with each other. They were talking, and the Cole and his brothers came over, and we hung out. We watched a couple shows together, and then they kept asking about what's their Christmas Eve gift, and their dad told them 3 times that if they said on the third time that if they asked again, they would not get their Christmas Eve gift at all. And they asked again, and guess what? They all lost their Christmas Eve gift on their way out, leaving our home. They were so impatient. They asked. It was so funny too, because they all started crying, right? And the father just started laughing outside of the car. So he knew he was just tricking them. He was just gonna give it to them on Christmas morning, but like it was so funny. It was just funny listening to them like cry over it. Yeah, his dad was filthy rich, I think. He was a plumber? Electrician. He was either one or the other. He was either an electrician or a plumber, but I think he was one or the other. And either way, he was pretty wealthy. He had a beautiful home. It was a 2-story like house, kind of like mine almost, if you know what I mean, but a lot smaller. But it was because they only had 2 brothers or 2 kids or whatever, and those 2 kids just you know, they each only got their own bedroom, and the mom and dad got their bedroom. You know what I mean? So, in all honesty, like they're living life. I have no clue. I don't remember. I would have to ask my mom. My mom would probably know way better than I do, but I have no clue what his last name is. Honestly, like I'm being so for real. Like if I knew, I would have texted him and be like, "Yo, it's Will." Maybe I could look it up because usually it would be in my most recent contacts because I do have his phone number. But that was when I had the SE for like 5 years, and then I got rid of the SE and got into this phone. You know what I mean? I probably won't find him. It's okay. I will live with that guilt and shame. Alright, let's see how much we make on this harvest, guys. We made 184,781 dollars. I think we have 30,000 left over. Not bad, actually. It's okay. It's okay. Alright, it's time to say goodbye to the semi-truck. Time to say goodbye. Cole Mandola? I don't know. Look this guy up. Hold on, maybe I can find. Let me see if I can find Cole. No, it's Cole. It's Cole Walker, like Paul Walker, or Cole Walker. I think. I think Cole Walker. Hmm. He was in Burrville. I don't know if he's still there. Hmm. Interesting. I don't know. But I would have to ask my mom about the mother's name because my mom knows the mother's name better than I do, and I have no clue. Yeah, he was no, he was in the guy I'm talking about. He's not in Cumberland. He's in Burville. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it to you. It's so weird. His name is Cole Walker. There's no way. I'd have to see a picture of him, like his baby picture, and then look at him because like that's the only way I remember him as. Like no. What is this? I forgot. This is the big thingy about. I'm being so for real with you. I went to Burville with this guy. Like I went to Burville with this guy, and I'm being so dead butt cheeks right now. No lying. I'm telling the truth. No lying. To me. Okay, we got a range truck. I don't know. I would have to take a look. I would have to ask my mom about it. Yeah, as for that kid, I haven't seen him in like 10 years, whatever. I used to be really close with him, but I don't know. I can't. The thing is, how am I supposed to find a kid that, I have no contact with, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where I can't. You know what I mean? I love how Farmer Simulator has, like, these crazy, like, sounding mods. And even talks about trucks. Alright, well, I guess we could sleep now. My girlfriend's texting me. We can sleep. We can sleep until next harvest, I guess. Okay, well, I know it's him then. Oh yeah, because he's following. What's it called? One of my old classmates from Burrville too was following that person, so I'm gonna follow him. Hopefully he recognizes me and is like, "Oh my God, it's William!" And I'm gonna be like, "Hell no!" Oh, I love baby. For the money grind. For the money grind. Is Alex alive? I want to make sure this man's alive, actually. Let's see what he says. That's not good if his phone's not ringing.
401318386 is not available.
It's not available. Let's see if I call his girlfriend, see if he's alive. Yeah, he's not even. Let me call her to see if he knows where she is. Excuse me. Do you know what your boyfriend is? We need to find this question. Hey.
What's up?
Hey, where's your boyfriend?
In the garage.
In your garage or his garage? Huh?
No, my house.
At your house?
I'm at my house. He's at his.
Oh, so he's in the garage at his house.
Yeah.
Because he said earlier that he was driving off the road and his car was pulling him onto the road, whatever the hell it was called. So I was like, okay, drive safe. And then we hung up, and then it's been like 45, maybe 50 minutes since he's last.
Wait. Go back.
He said he was driving off the road, and apparently his car's got like this like anti something system in it that's not letting him do that. So yeah.
Not antique.
Huh?
Normal.
Okay. Well.
Modern tech.
Okay. Whatever. But it's been like 50 minutes, almost an hour now. You wanna know what I mean?
Yeah, I called him and he got pissed off.
Why? What'd you do?
I didn't do shit. He was in a pissy mood because he was at the fair.
Oh, it sounds like me. I did the same thing to my girlfriend. Twinsies.
Stressed.
Are you stressed about him, or is he stressed about you? Question mark. The hour.
No.
No.
About him.
What happened? Explain. Do tell her. He makes you stressed. My girlfriend's worried about me dying every 5 seconds.
Exactly.
Alright, I'll let you be. Go back to sleep. Do your thing. I don't
I'm
know.
not sleeping.
Huh?
I'm not sleeping. I'm waiting for him to call me back.
Okay. Have fun. See ya.
See ya.
So you just wanted to make sure Alex was alive. I don't think anybody's watching me. I got 5 people watching me. I love how people like just tune in and nobody says anything. Like, bruh, like say something. Say hello. I don't know. Same thing. Same stuff every different week. See, this one's got a bigger nose, bigger nozzle, which means I gotta ruin my crops a little bit worse. That's great. I got a 60% bonus on this. This is amazing. I get. Oh, I even hit it, bro. I think we don't even need the herbicide machine anymore, honestly. If I'm being completely honest. I don't think we need it. We need it. Just checking out that. I'm gonna get this thing ready so that when it does come through, we can start to go. And I think this monkey shut off his phone. I need to shower something. My eyes are red. I should have shake too. Shit was this. Girlfriend and I make fun. I'm excited to move you into college next week. I don't want to lay down, because if I lay down, it's a bad day for everybody. Because then I gotta get up, take a shower, and I don't want to, and I gotta do that. Also, I bought this tractor for like 57,000 or 80, I think it was. I think it was 80,000. Now it's like 20,000. That's how much value depreciation has happened. Let's read the Bible together, everybody. Let's have a little Bible study together, you know, from... Does anyone want to pick a book of the Bible that they want to read from? No, serious note, we got to read some of the Bible today. I want to make sure that I'm not messing around with the other thing. The really loud thing. Alright, this really loud thing. And in the book of Romans, let's go to chapter 2. God judges impartial. You therefore have no excuse, you who passes judgment on someone else, for at whatever point you judge the other, you are condemning yourself, because you who passes judgment do the same things. Now we know that God's judgment against those who do such things is based on truth. You have no excuses, you who have passed judgment on someone else, for whatever point you judge the other, you are condemning yourself, because you who pass judgment do the same things. It's basically saying, like, it's, in my interpretation, I don't know if this is true or not, but if you're being a hypocrite basically saying, why would you say, stop doing that and then you do it the next day? You know what I mean? Or, you know, who am I to judge you for something that I've done? Is what he's trying to say, I think. Now we know that God's judgments against those who do such things is based on the truth. So when you, a merman, pass judgment on them and yet do the same things, do you think we will escape God's judgment? Pass judgment on them. Things, do you think God can escape God's judgment? I don't think so. No. Or do you show contempt for the riches of his kindness, tolerance, patience, or not realizing that God's kindness leads you towards repentance? So it's saying that repent to God if you sin. I'm not a good, Bible teacher. This is like one of the few times I read the Bible, and not because I want to do it because of views or streams or anything. It's just because I thought it'd be a perfect time to read the Bible. Chapter 5, 2 verses 5. But because your subordinates and your unrepenting heart, you are storing up wrath against yourself for the day of God's wrath, when his righteous judgments will reveal. God will give to each person according to whatever he has done. To those who by persistence in doing good seek glory and honor and immortality, he will give eternal life. But for those who are self-seeking and who reject the truth and follow the evil, there will be wrath and anger. There will be trouble and distress, and for every human being who does evil, first for the Jew, then for the Gentile. But glory, honor, and peace for everyone who does good, first for the Jew, then for the Gentile. For God does not show favoritism. All who sin apart from the law will also perish apart from the law, and on all who sin under the law will be judged by the law. For it is not those who hear the law who is righteous in God's sight, but is those who obey the law who would declare righteousness. Indeed, when the Gentiles who do not have the law do by nature things required by the law, they are for themselves. They are the law for themselves, even though they do not know the law. Since they show the requirements of the law written in their hearts, their consequences also bearing witness, and the thoughts now accusing, now even defending them. This will take place on the day when God will judge men's secrets through Jesus Christ, as the gospel declares. So it's saying on the lines, if I'm reading this correctly, not interpreting this in the bad way, it's saying that if you believe in Jesus Christ and you believe the truth and you submit to in repentance, it's saying that you'll be with God one day. Saying that God will look at you and say, hey, you know what, you believed in me, you showed that you were working with me, and on the basic lines of my interpretations, that you must believe in Jesus Christ to go to heaven, no matter what. Jesus Christ, God, the Almighty, the whole Trinity, everything. But also what this is saying too is that who am I to condemn you of something that I have done? Is if that makes sense to you. You know what I mean? It's saying like, God judges us on what we do, and we always sin no matter what the circumstance. Like I swear, it's not a good thing, but I do swear a lot, and repentance is the only way to get forgiveness from God. And it's saying that who am I to say to you to stop swearing, even though I swear every day? And the only way to get acceptance of forgiveness is through God, and God will forgive you for your sins if you believe in Him. God watches over everybody every day. He's watched over me and how I've grown in my life and how I've gotten into relationships. And yes, I do have a little bit of a temper issue, I will admit, and I'm not going to hide that from anybody. That's because I play too many video games, and I also just don't know how to control it sometimes. And that's all me. But when I ask God for forgiveness of what I've done, like sin, lust, and all those things, He will be there to forgive me. As long as I believe in Him, He shall be there. You know, you can't do good deeds to go into heaven. You have to believe in Him to get there. It doesn't matter what race, what gender, or whatever or it does matter what gender you are, but you know, or it does matter. It's whatever. You know what I mean? You must believe in the Lord Jesus Christ and believe in the truth. You know, that's what He's saying. Because God will judge you one day when it comes to that. And then, you guys want me to keep reading, or you want me to stop? Because I can do either or. I'm willing to read.
Now, if you call yourself a Jew, you rely on the law and brag about your relationship to God. If you know His will and approve of what His superiority, or because you are instructed by the law. If you are convinced that you are a guide for the blind and a light for those who are in the dark, an instructor of foolish, and the teacher in infants, because you have the law abominant of knowledge and truth. You then, who teach others, do not teach yourself. Who will preach against stealing, do you steal? You who say that people should not commit adultery, do you commit adultery? You who abhor idols, do you rob the temples? You who brag about the law, do you dishonor God by breaking the law? As it is written, God's name is a blasphemy among Gentiles because of you.
Basically, I guess what he's saying too, on the lines of that, is if you were to teach, like if I was to say to you, like, again, about the whole swearing thing, right, and I go behind your back, and I literally the next day or the next hour swear up a storm, then I'm no right to say for you to stop swearing. You know what I mean? I'm more as guilty as you are, in a sense, you know what I mean? I understand that more clearly, and then it says, God name is blasphemy among the Gentiles because of you. So, in that being said, it's like, you should never use God's name in vain. Like, yes, I say Jesus Christ when I'm upset, but that's, or in like a slang toke, but honestly, you should never do it, because honestly, it's bad. You know, using a name in vain, which you shouldn't do ever. I don't do it. I mean, I do it, and I will say, and it's very bad, so don't say Jesus Christ in vain. You say Jesus Christ Almighty, please forgive me, and or, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta ask that question to an actual person, because I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just being a little delusional, but I think that if you say Jesus Christ in vain, like, out of, like, angriness, I think that's, like, saying His name in vain. But if you say Jesus Christ, like that smells or something, I don't know. Like, I don't know the concept, but I gotta figure that out.
So, where am I at? Criticism was a value if you observe the law, but if you break the law, if you break the law, you have become though you have not been circumcised. If those who are not circumcised keep the law's requirements, will they not be regarded as though they are circumcised? The one who is not circumcised physically and yet obeys the law will condemn you, who even though you have the written code and circumcision are a lawbreaker. A man is not a Jew if he is the only outwardly, nor is circumcision mere outlaw and physical. No, a man is a Jew if he is one inwardly, and circumcision is circumcision of the heart, by the Spirit, not by the written code. Such a man's praise is not from men, but from God. I kind of don't understand them, but I'll definitely research on that a little bit, because it does make sense to me. Where's circumcision? Like, I'm not thinking like the wiener like circumcision. Maybe it's like a spiritual thing. I'm not sure. And then we'll read chapter 3 tomorrow. We read chapter 2. I'm actually kind of glad with that. So, good thing I read that. Actually, we put that right there. Let's say a quick prayer, everybody. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this night. Thank you for this day too. I pray that we all have a great, blessed night, and that whoever's watching and hearing the stream, that they have a blessed night too, and that we all, have a safe travels tomorrow, or safe work and having them. And thank you, Lord, for, letting me read to these people. Even though I may not be the best interpreter, but I think that, reading this actually, might help somebody understand what it means to be, truthful, and how to repent to you, and ask for forgiveness, and to do it in the right way, Lord. I have done things that I shouldn't have, and swore that I shouldn't have. So please forgive me my sins today. Please bless my girlfriend, and bless me, bless my family, bless her family, and pray that tomorrow will go well, and bless my sleep, and bless my girlfriend's sleep. In your name, amen. So all you gotta do is ask for forgiveness. And that was the KBG versus the Rainbow State International version. I need to get my truck. But yeah, it feels good reading the Bible, honestly. A little bit of knowledge about the past. Feel beyond. Let's see if Alex will pick up. Who's this? Oh, it's one of these things, bro. Of course, this has to be. I want to see where Alex is. Where is my man? My man. It's letting me call him. My man. What's wrong, bro?
What?
What's wrong?
I was waiting.
I've been waiting. I bought a truck, by the way. I bought another truck, and I bought a used harvester. I sold the old one and sold the old truck, and bought a brand new truck that can actually haul in the dirt. Okay.
I read the Bible too on top of that, so did two good things today. I know you're upset at your girlfriend, man. Okay.
What?
I know you're upset at your girlfriend.
I what?
I know you. Because I called you like 30 minutes ago, trying to figure out if you're okay or not. And I was like, I did the same thing, twin, and I was, and I was like, bye, and I hung up. Okay. If you want to talk, get on Discord, alright, man? Alright. Take it slow, man. Get some Jesus in now. Take a prayer moment, alright? Alright. Alright, I'll see you on Discord. Oh, Chopsticks is on Discord. I actually leave Discord over the past like hour. My brother's asleep. I got a chopstick. Papatin. Let's go. Squashy, you gotta get on Farmington. Why? Don't you have it for free? What do you mean? You have Game Pass, don't you? Don't you have Game Pass on PlayStation? Or not PlayStation, on PC? What do you mean? How? How do you not have Game Pass on there? How do you not have Game Pass, bro? Then how are you playing Battlefield? Oh. Well, get Farmer Simulator, bro. Alright, Squashy, leave the Discord for 20 minutes, or 5 minutes, alright? We'll text you when you get back in, okay? Can you leave for 5 minutes? I want to talk to you privately. Thank you, Gordo. Alright, explain to me what happened. Doing a lot of thinking. I feel you, bro. I feel you, bro. I understand. You know what? And I agree with you too, bro. I understand that. Like, sometimes I have the same feelings from me and my girlfriend. Like, I sometimes, you know, I get nervous, sometimes thinking of what you're going through, you know what I mean? Like, and it's not like in a bad way or anything. It's like, am I ready, or am I nervous, you know what I mean? Do you sound like a bad person? Yeah, explain yourself. Yeah. Okay. Sometimes you have feelings for other girls. Now, be honest. Like, you got to be honest. Do you think you do porn or whatever when she's not with you, or do you just, you have her? So, this is just me being bro to bro. Like, I did porn too, and that's every guy does it. But the thing is too, is porn ruins relationships, because you develop feelings for something else that it's not even gonna happen. True, you know what I mean? And that's the issue too, is like, if you feel as though like you might like another girl, then I don't think you have true love for this girl, you know what I mean? Like, cause like, even me and my girlfriend, right? Like, I love her. I used to do it when we first started dating, like, actually, and I called and I was crying and whatever, and even so, I apologized and whatever, and sometimes here and there, yes, I'd fall for temptation, and I feel guilty about that. And the thing is, too, is you can't fall for that temptation, because if you love the girl who you're with, you shouldn't be doing that. Now, that being said, if you don't feel that way for your girl, bro, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But you got to be honest with her. You can't be half in and half out. Because the issue is, because let's say if you're half and half out, right? Let's say 10 years from now you guys get married and you know you have like you're halfway and halfway, right? And one day you're like, I don't want to be with her, and you just leave her and you don't see her again. Like that would look now you wasted 10 years of your life with somebody you didn't even love. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not encouraging you to break up with her. I'm encouraging you to solve your feelings, bro. If she really isn't the one for you, don't mislead her. If she's really not the one for you, just I don't know. I don't know, bro. Just take it slow and easy. You're not a bad kid. You're not a bad person. You just gotta have the right mindset, you know what I mean? Like, I would say this too, is that, like, my girlfriend loves me, right? Like, my girlfriend cares for me, whatever. Like, I used to be the one that would, like, call over her and call over other girls about it, but now I'm at that mindset where I'm like, like, I love that she cares for me, you know what I mean? And that she's willing to complain about me and say shit about me, or sorry for swearing, but like say stuff to protect me, you know what I mean? And I'm content with that. You know, sometimes, yes, I have weird moments where I have no thoughts of like anything, or sometimes like not of breakups or anything, but like sometimes I get sick-minded that maybe one day we're gonna get broke up or something, and I don't know why. And it's evil thoughts in my head. But it's not like I want to break up with her. I want to be with my girlfriend. You know what I mean? So you just gotta think of that. So maybe I'm not saying that you don't have feelings for her. Maybe you're a little stressed out, and maybe you just need to tell her you need to take a break for a bit. You just gotta be honest, dude. I know you want to go on a trip with her, but what if that trip goes so well that you want to be with her, right? But then in 1 month after that, you're gonna be the same way. You know what I mean? Like, how do you know? Alright. Trust me, dude. I understand. I understand your feeling. It was just a random mod. That was, I don't know, dude. But it's got Jake bricks on it too. But listen, dude, like, all honesty, bro, just, that's all I gotta say, just don't mislead her. If you don't feel like she's the one, don't try to, like, play her heart dirty. Like, if I ever, and this saying this hypothetically, if I ever, like, lost feelings for my girlfriend, and I genuinely didn't love her, and said, I'm sorry, and I just was like, I wanna, still date her because I feel scared to break up with her, I feel more guilty that I'm taking a girl that could, find someone else that, could find someone else that's way better than me and have the same love than me playing her heart and then letting her, screw me, like, screwing her over. Now, you could do this. This is a suggestion. After, maybe before or even after your trip, you should take a couple days apart. Like, not a break, but a couple days apart. As in, you guys don't text each other. You turn off not say turn off your locations, but, keep each other away. Don't even look at it. My girlfriend was just giving me, like, a suggestion about it the other day. She was saying that taking a break is, like, the second step, or the first step to a breakup. Because, not saying from her personal experience, but like in general, like a lot of people do that. When you take a break, you can develop feelings for anybody else. You know what I mean? You could literally go find the next girl, and be like, I like you a lot, or I love you a lot. You know what I mean? And it break her heart because you took a break. So the best advice I'd say to you is, if you want to do this, take a break for 4 days. Don't call her, don't contact her, don't sleep with her, don't have sex with her, don't do anything with her. Just leave her be, let yourself be. Read, go out, have fun, be a kid, be young, be stupid, I guess. Work, I don't know. Just take time off to yourself, and in that moment, if you feel as though that you might be drawn closer to her, you know what I mean? Or you might be pushed away. It's up to your heart and mind, bro. Because in reality it's very hard to say, you know what I mean? So, the fact that, I'm glad that you're talking to me about this is good, because, bro to bro, it's, I don't want you getting hurt, and I don't know that you wouldn't want me to get hurt. Like, I know if one day, if me and, Danielle were to break up, let's say on accident, I know you'd be there. But, in the maturity way, like, I know if you were to break up with your girlfriend, I feel like that you'd do it the proper way, not like, ghost her type of way, you know what I mean? So. So, what did she do today that made you more, upset, or more like, oh, I think she's not the one? You think your mind's all over the place? So it might just be that, dude. Because I'll be honest with you, that happened to me a couple weeks ago too, where my mind was all over the place. I had no thought of, anything at all, like girlfriend, life and stuff like that. And, at the same time, it's that stress, right? It's stress in life, right? Like, I'm nervous of two things: work, death, and, being successful in life. And it always crashes my head. I'm always thinking about, am I going to go to heaven or hell? I'm always going to die, or what's going on, dude? But, at the same time, those moments do happen where I just don't have a thought for anybody, and I don't care. And it sucks, but it's true. I can control it, but it's just, why does it happen? And it's happening to you more now than ever, because you're thinking to yourself, you're 19, you're working on a farm, you have a girlfriend, you work on cars, you're out with the fire department, always saving lives, you know what I mean? You're busy, you know what I mean? And on top of that, you got a girlfriend who, loves you, but, you probably get so stressed out you don't really want to deal with it. You just want to be by yourself. And yes, there are times where you will have a lustful thought, and that happens. It just is how you deal with that lustful thought, you know what I mean? Like, if randomly, I'll get, on Instagram, I'll get random ads, from, OnlyFans, like, oh my god, oh my OnlyFans, but I don't go looking at their page. Sometimes, I used to do that, where I used to just like, oh my god, let me look, and I'd look, and I'd be like, oh my god, but not anymore, because, I have a girlfriend that loves me, and that, I'm willing to love her and show her the respect, and it's also called unto us to not lust in God's eyes, you know what I mean? I know you're probably not a biblical man, I know that sounds ridiculous, but, I, just recently just was like, you know what, if you read the Bible and you understand things the way that God sees everything, it might turn out a little bit better. Like, you could, not saying go to church or anything, but read the Bible, find a verse, find something that has a clue what you're feeling right now, dude. There's always people that can explain your feeling. I know that you having an empty, being stressed out or an empty brain right now is what I experienced too. But it's the way you deal with it is how you make your outcome better. You know what I mean? Or worse. Like, surprisingly, like, even though we don't like Logan for what he's done, Logan is doing a little bit better by reading the Bible and doing biblical things, trying to make himself better, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't have a talk with him about it, but I think he screwed up, you know what I mean? So, it's up to you, man. Sorry about the yapping, I think. Hold on, my girlfriend's gonna call me, okay? I'm gonna go on mute for a minute. Also, the harvester's about to be full, so you need to hurry over here. finally got her off the phone. Oh, shoot, I didn't mean to say that. Alex. Alex. Alex? Alex? Alex. 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 What? Yes, me. I was calling you. Say Alex. Nah, sorry. Back to saying, I don't know what she was calling. She was just talking about her night. But what I'm saying too is like if you and her were to say, let's say, the best way to word it to her, right? Do you love her, but do you still have feelings for this girl? Let's put it at this. Do you still have feelings for your girlfriend? Do you still have feelings for your girlfriend? Okay. Do you think that you love your girlfriend? Do you have that heart in you where you love your girlfriend? You don't know, or you don't? You do. But okay, so you do. All right. Now, let's say this. Let's say when you come back from your trip, right, and everything goes to plan, and you go back to normal. Okay? Don't let your mind control you. Let you control your mind. Get what I'm saying? Don't let your thoughts ruin your relationship. Let you, your person, yourself. Yes. Let you ruin it, but let yourself understand too. If you want to be with this girl, be with this girl. Don't let your thoughts. Oh well, there's another girl out there. Oh well, there's a girl I like. Don't want those ruined. Okay? Because even with me, I've had those thoughts too. Trust me, I'm not saying I'm innocent. This is not me saying I was always a nice guy or innocent guy. I've always had thoughts like those too. But you gotta remember, what is the good things your girlfriend's done? Always remember the good things your girlfriend's done, not the bad things. Like I remember my girlfriend, she took me to prom for the first time. It was the most beautiful thing I've seen with my girlfriend in the first. My girlfriend took me to prom. I got very emotional because it was my first time going to a dance and she took me. And you know, even though we had some fun time and we danced and we laughed and giggled, that was a great time. I don't ever go to her and say that she's annoying for coming up to me and bashing me about fighting with my brothers, you know what I mean? Or disrespecting my parents sometimes, you know what I mean? That's not how it feels. I don't look at that. Yes, sometimes she can be annoying because she's a girlfriend, just as I'm a boyfriend, I can be annoying too. There's nothing wrong with it, okay? But I don't look at the bad side. Always look at the good side of your girlfriend, dude. You know, the best way I would word it for you, dude, and my girlfriend made a point about this a couple days ago when I was talking to her about, her breaks with other exes or her ex-boyfriend, was that she said to me that she'd rather you, or rather someone, if she was in another relationship, word it as, I need a couple days to myself, but I'm willing to check in with you, just I need a couple days to myself to better myself, okay? You know what I mean? Instead of saying I want to break or I want to break up. Because it makes her feel more secure that you're willing to be with her and you're willing to just take a couple days to relax. You know what I mean? Because you love her enough that you're willing to take a couple days, sit down, realize what you're going through, and kind of like check in with her here and there. And once you're done with that break, you can tell her how you feel. You know what I mean? That little stop. You can tell her, hey, like, listen, I don't think this is gonna work out, and you just gotta move on. Or you can be like, okay, yeah, I feel great. I think I miss you a lot, and I want to be with you. You know what I mean? Like, my girlfriend and I, like, we're both very different people. I was a month and a couple days after my previous girlfriend and I broke up, and I met her. If she was literally fresh off the market with her ex-boyfriend at the time when we first met, I waited 3 months for her to say yes to me. I waited 5 months for her to say yes to me. You know what I mean? Yes, I rushed into a relationship and it's going great. But at the same time, too, is that I'm not bringing my ex back into our relationship. My ex done what she's done and she's gone. I mean, I don't say that, you know, my ex is, I miss her because of anything. She doesn't say she misses her ex. Yeah, her ex may have had a better way of breaking up, I guess, but like, she doesn't go run around and saying that she misses her ex-boyfriend. And yes, we may have both rushed it, but I don't ever bring my ex into it. You know what I mean? Like, if you and her rushed in it like day one, yes, I'd understand why you two might have more of a breakup chance, because you might have developed feelings for your ex again or something like that. You know what I mean? But you're 2 years into a relationship. You know what I mean? 2 years of your life that you guys either had sex, you guys gone camping, you guys gone things with each other. It doesn't matter what you've done. You've done things together for 2 years, and that's love. You know, it's up to you though to make that decision of like if she's the girl for you. You know what I mean? Like, even me, like, I could tell my girlfriend right now I want to marry her, right? Okay. But in 2 months from now, I could be like, I want to marry her, but I don't want to do it yet. I want to wait and see how I feel. You know what I mean? Or some cases, some people do. It's okay. You know what I mean? Like, I don't expect a lot from you, dude. You're 19 and she's 17. You know what I mean? She's graduating high school next year. You're going to be in college maybe this year or next year. You know what I mean? And you know, your life is starting as he knows it, and her life is about to be more chaotic than anything because she's getting out of high school, going into college. You know what I mean? So, you know, you just gotta take it one step at a time. And then, you know, my girlfriend and I, like, we talk about these things. If I was to go to her tonight and say, listen, like, my heart's messed up right now, I don't know how I feel, she would literally look at me. Yes, she would be upset about it, but she would look at me and say, take a couple days to yourself, sit down and relax, and see how you feel. You know what I mean? Yes, she might cry about it, she might go to her best friend and tell her about it, but she's willing to understand that if I don't feel a certain way, she's willing to work with me. You know what I mean? She's willing to do something. That's love. If your girlfriend's not willing to do that for you, then you're not in the relationship with her. If you're not willing to do that for her, then you're not in the relationship with her, or she's not in the relationship with you. It's all confusing, dude, but trust me, prayers and, you know, finding, you know, ways to cope with your, you know, feelings right now. Like, when you came in here, I'll be honest with you, I got really kind of sick right now. And it kind of sucks to say this, but I got really sick, ill. Not saying in a bad way, but like, when I see a friend get hurt or something that they can't control, I get sad and upset. You know what I mean? Because you're my buddy. There's nothing I can do about it, but you're my buddy, and I don't want to see you hurt. Just like I don't want to see Logan dead on a fucking bike, but again, that's Logan's decision if he gets himself killed. You know what I mean? So, you know, again, you know, as a bro to bro, I love you as a bro, and I don't want anything bad to you. That's why the best advice I can give to you is be you. Make that decision if you want to be with her or not. Take your camping trip. Go camp. I don't know what you're doing. You're going camping, right? You're on a trip, right? I assume that. So you're going on that. In those moments, take everything for granted. Take everything that you have there and just compile in your heart. If she's not good for you, then don't lead her. Just say, I'm sorry, we have to break up. Don't lead her heart. If you think that you love her still, but you need to take a break, just say you need to take a break, or take a couple days off, like what I worded it as. You know what I mean? But if you love her, you'll stay with her. And then you have 3 options. You have a camping trip. You can make that decision. Don't go to Jimmy about advice, because you can't keep him in a relationship more than a month. Okay? Like me, I've already been through 3 relationships. Jimmy's only been through 2. Jimmy's never had sex with anyone. Even though he likes to brag about, oh, I had sex with one girl. He's never had sex. The only reason why is the first girlfriend he's ever had, and I'll be honest with you, literally would never let him in a room alone, and his mother, her mother, and my mother would never let them in a room alone or let them go anywhere alone. You know, and I always had to be there, so I know they never had sex with each other. You know what I mean? And then his second girlfriend, which is, you know, her previous ex-girlfriend, which was Alyssa, they never had sex, even though they tried to have sex, they never did, because Jimmy always chickened out about it because he wanted to be holy, which is reasonable. You know what I mean? But, you know, he brags, oh, I do this, I do that. No, he doesn't. You know, I've had sex with my girlfriend. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to be ashamed. I've had sex with my girlfriend, and me and my girlfriend, we love each other when we do that. You know, I might crave it more than her. She does, but I feel more one-on-one with her. You know what I mean? You know, that's all. But why? My question is to you though. What made you start up all these feelings though? Like, what kind of triggered these feelings? Not a psychologist, dude, but I'm just asking as a bro. How did this all like come into your head? The whole I don't know if she's the right one for me. Do you think that you might be a little stressed about things and you just might be overthinking it a little bit? Okay. So just take a chill pill and just not overthink things. Dude, honestly, I will be completely honest with you. I know that you probably don't work a lot with the farm or whatever, but take a couple days off, dude. Like, if you want to come hang out with me, be my guest. Like, tell me, like, hey, bro, you know, I want to go hang out with you. I'll go hang out with you. If that means that you want to have something off your mind, I'm willing to talk to you or hang out with you or do something with you. You know what I mean? Get your mind off things. If that means you want to go shooting, go kart riding, or stupid things, be my guest. Talk to me. But, you know, even me, like, the way I cope with things is either going to work or if I sit at home and I play video games, like Farming Simulator. Like, I told my girlfriend and my friends that I've been playing Farming Simulator because it's the only thing that actually, honestly, like, makes me feel calm. Like, I used to play Warzone a lot, and honestly, Warzone's a lot of fun, but I do like to rage edit, and it's not fun. But, you know what I mean? Stupid things. But did she annoy you tonight? So why were you mad at her? Understandable. Oh. Yeah. I'm exhausted, bro. I had a long day at work too. I had to clean up a bunch of sewer. Disgusting. How was the whole fair? What happened now? It was Jimmy. I know. Who was at the shack? Don't you guys sell like French fries or whatever? My girlfriend was talking about getting a corn fritter, but she can't get it now because it's over. But who cares? Yeah, which is annoying. I get that, bro. So, what did I tell you? I quit carpentry. Yeah, I'm done with that. I told my uncle yesterday yeah, with my girlfriend that I was done and I want to focus on school. And then as soon as I said that, right, to my mom and dad go, okay, you gotta find us another job.
Like, bruh, you kidding me? You couldn't make this any more worse than me, right?
Well, I applied to Lowe's and Home Depot, but I want to work with Logan, right? That's what I've been trying to do. But now they're like, oh no, you need to apply now. You need to do this, you need to do that, blah 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 blah. She's like, we need to get a job to pay your bills. I'm like, yeah, it's not even the same. Thing is, I wouldn't mind working at Lowe's for a bit and, understanding how to work at Lowe's or anything like that. Because honestly, it's a good way to try. So, I'm not too fond or worried about it. But, yeah, and I had to work in Masonic today, which was mad annoying, as it is. I got there at 2 because it was a 2 to close shift. I got there, and immediately they, brought over dumpsters, and they were, emptying it into the dumpster, but, it was full of, sewage? I don't know how to describe it. Weird stuff. It was garbage, of course, but the rancid smell was what gagged me a lot today. I was gagging every time I opened a garbage can. I was like, ugh. Heat and clams, not the best thing, bro. Oh, bro, it was bad. But we had to pressure wash them, and my supervisor was like, the thing is, those two like to I don't know, be a little bossy, for instance, because they're kids. They had us use these pickers and go into the dumpster and pick up all the garbage and then throw it in the trash can so they can pressure wash the dumpster. And I was like, I get your point, but it's hot and it's humid and it smells like crap.
she do? Or what she was saying?
Well, I heard her crying about something. I don't know what it was. Well, I heard it was over a message. Am I right?
What'd you take it as?
What'd she say?
What you said?
There you go. That's your answer. You're a monkey. You're a monkey for that. It's okay. Listen, bro. It's okay. Take it one step at a time. You know, it's sucky to say it too. It's like you could say you love somebody so much, right? One minute you can love her, but the next minute you could be like, no. That's okay. That happens. You're not coveting. So the best way I would say this to you, right? You know how in the historical days, you know, kids and, you know, let's say before Jesus Christ or even after Jesus Christ, kids wouldn't date, they would marry each other. Because it's a covenant. Or, no, you guys, I know you guys didn't break up or anything, but you get the point though. It's like, you know, in a relationship, you know, dating is dating. You're not loving, you're not in a marriage, you're not sworn in, you know what I mean? Marriage is the covenant. Basically, it bounds you two together, and it makes you two love each other, and that in difficult times, you guys will be there for each other. You know what I mean? You're not in a marriage. There are other girls out in the world. Now, not saying I want you to break up with her and go with other girls. It's saying is, you're not in a marriage with her, you're not bound to her. The worst thing that can happen is you guys breaking up, okay? Just like in a marriage, the worst thing you can do is divorce. Back in the old days, and I'm meaning this in true, and this is historical things, the divorce rates for anything was so low. They never had divorce rates. They would be like 1 in like a million people. You know what I mean? Versus now, it's like 2, like, I don't know what to, it's like high. It was barely a percentage back in the day. You know what I mean? So, they would love each other no matter what. Even if, let's say you got picked with someone else, or you with her, like, you two would, no matter what, would love each other till the day you die. You know what I mean? So, I take it as marriage is a covenant. Dating is just you saying that you love her, but you're not actually married to her. You know what I mean? So, you know, and that's what I do too. And sometimes, you know, my uncles did have a point with that, and some people do have a point with that. Some people don't like the words "I love you" a lot. Or some people don't like the some people don't like the what's it called, the term "I date to marriage." You know what I mean? Some people don't like that because they fear that their life is bounded to that one person. Like my ex-girlfriend, she told me she hated that I said that I'm bound to her for marriage. Like I said I'm dating to marry, not to date for 6 months. You know what I mean? And she said yes at first, but then a month later she broke up with me because she got so fearful about that too. You know, is a difference. Like my girlfriend says she tries to date to marry. You know what I mean? Like I say the same thing now. I don't ever say I want to date to marry. Like the thing is too is this is not. I'm not saying this between my girlfriend. Me and my girlfriend love each other, right? But I don't know what my future would hold for my girlfriend. We could be perfectly fine for the next 5 years. And on the 6th year, we probably would hate each other to death. Who knows? Or in 2 months. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know that. But I'm not wanting to predict that. I don't want that. You know what I mean? You can't predict those things. But what I'm saying, too, is, like, you don't... Sometimes, you know, maybe... Like, do you feel as though you're scared sometimes with her? Or, like, you feel like you don't want to marry her because you might be a little too stressful?
you don't like that feeling. So then just be honest with her. You don't have to tell her. You literally, you can be honest with her, or you don't have to tell her at all, dude. And I'm being so honest with you. You could literally say to her, be like, I want to hold up a marriage. You guys literally could date. My girlfriend's mom, and I'll be honest with you, she probably doesn't like that if I was to tell you this, if she finds out. Her mom and her dad never married. They had 2 kids with each other, right? And then they broke up. But then her mom dated another guy for 15 years, right? Never got married. They dated for 15 years. And then guess what? They broke up. And then she got with another guy. I think she is with him still, but they're dating. And I mean, she never got married. You don't have to be married. You could be single, or you could be in a relationship, but you don't have to be married. Like my girlfriend was saying to me too, like I don't have to marry her if I don't want to. I can date her, but I don't have to marry her. You know what I mean? If you don't feel that way with your girlfriend, but you feel like you want to date her, then just tell her the truth. You know what I mean? Just be like, listen, like if that day comes where she's asking like, hey, like, you know, when is the ring? And you tell her like, listen, I love you a lot, but I don't feel like being in a marriage is gonna help us. You know what I mean? Like, be honest with her about it. You don't have to hide it. She would actually be more acceptance if you said something like that. You know what I mean? And I know it's difficult. Because, let's say this to you right now. Let's say if you guys do break up, right? You get with another girl, but the issue is with you and with that girl, right? You still miss your ex-girlfriend because you knew that you loved her no matter what, and your feelings, your heart was in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know what I mean? You gotta always ask this question. She's not wanting to break up with you. You're the one that's confused, you know what I mean? And that's not, you don't have to be ashamed about, you know what I mean? It's okay. But you gotta understand too, is like, are you willing to make a mistake, or are you willing to learn? Because again, I'm not a scholar, dude. I'm 17 years old. You know, I've been in, 4 relationships my entire life, and in those 4 relationships, I've had the worst experience. Like, I know that what you told me about your previous girlfriend is that she accused you of cheating, right? What about your previous girlfriend? Previous girlfriend? Yes. Tell me, just tell me. I actually want to know. And just be honest. This is not cool. Stuff like that, which is really cool. And did you get in trouble for that? Yeah.
But if you're ever going through anything, let me know. Yeah, I know it seems weird for me to tell you that, but you get the point. I'd rather see you thrive than see you dead. Like I tell Logan. You know, Logan pisses me off every time I try to tell him this. It's a true statement. I'd rather see you thrive than I'd rather see you dead. Listen, suicide is not fun. I wasn't in that shoes, I would say. I definitely, not saying I was, but I definitely was, I had thoughts, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, I never let those thoughts control me because the thing is, those thoughts affect you and affects other people. You know, if you're not okay, get help. But, you know, which is good and bad at the same time. I believe those meds fucked up people even further. That's just my opinion. But which is fantastic. Does your girlfriend know about your things? And how does she see it as? Now, do you think maybe that's why she kind of is the way she is a little bit? Maybe she worries about you and she says the wrong things? Maybe she's afraid that you're gonna kill yourself? Because if I told my girlfriend, like, all that, and she said something wrong to me, she probably would worry that I might kill myself if she said something wrong, you know what I mean? Or I got upset. Oh. You forget. Yeah. Oh no. Oh hell no. Oh hell no. I'm very traumatized. I'm traumatized from your traumatizing experience. Jesus Christ, dude, I'm sorry about that. Did you tell anybody? You think you're gay? You think you're gay? And you couldn't just say no? Well, I'm saying this respectfully. Like, he forced you to do it. You didn't say no. And you didn't tell your parents any of this that was going on. I understand. Did you... No. Even with Joshua, right? Joshua and Logan. Like that whole debacle that kind of triggered you a little bit. I'm sorry that sucks. That really does suck. I thought you were gonna say you were gay for a second for one period of time. And I'm not being like in a joking way. Like I thought that's what you were actually gonna say, and I was like, oh, that sucks. I think we need to go see Jesus with you. You and me need to go talk to Jesus about some things. Is this guy like, I don't know, still talking to you or whatever? Or... Does your girlfriend know about this? And how does she feel about that? So strange. And you got a pretty messed up first girlfriend, dude. Holy cow. Okay, whatever, second. Third. Ah, bro, that's so messed up. I'm not gonna even lie with you, that is messed up. Messed up. Glad you told me though. In a respectful way. Sounds good. That's not good. Oh, man, that sucks. Listen, dude, back to your ex-girlfriend, though. Like, that sucks that happened to you, both scenarios. Like, honestly... I'm surprised you didn't tell him, like, you know, as a dude, if I was your friend back then, and I found that this was going on, I probably would have forced you to say something. Like, I would have forced your butt. You felt hopeless. That happens. Bro, trust me, I had some experiences like that too with people. What was it? Oh my god, when I dated Maggie, right? My ex-girlfriend, my last one, before Danielle, right? You know, I met, like, I didn't have any friends, but then I met a bunch of my friends through her. Like, Lukey and, you know, a couple people that, like, you know, I used to, like, want to go hang out. We hung out, like, to her house and started smoking or whatever. But, you know, as soon as we broke up, instantly, they all blocked me. They all got rid of me. And, you know, it was just, you know, I felt shit. Like, I felt so bad. I felt terrible. And in those moments, I wish I had friends. And, you know what I mean? Like, people betrayed me and whatever. And, like, even when I got my wisdom taken out, when this happened, like, I felt all alone. And that's the issue too, is like, yes, you get in those peer pressuring moments, but you gotta know when to deal with it, you know what I mean? And then for this instance, you didn't fail, it's more or less that you got overwhelmed and you didn't want to lose a friend, the last friend you ever had. And it controlled who you were, and that's how that shit went down. And that is terrible. It is very terrible. It's like Joshua and Logan, but yours is way worse because Logan didn't do what your ex-friend did to you. You know what I mean? Like, if I ever got blackmailed like that, instantly I would tell my parents, only if, because I'm not the type of guy that'd be like, not saying this is your fault or anything about it, but like I don't like to hide that. If my dad and mom can do something about it, I will let them take over. Even if that means I get scolded at for an hour, saying why did you let this happen? I'd rather them deal with the situation at hand. You know what I mean? Because they know, I know that my parents will be there for me no matter what. Even if I have no friends, even if I have no girlfriend or wife, they'll be there for me. Like, my first girlfriend ever cheated on me. My second girlfriend broke up with me over $25. My third girlfriend broke up with me over surgery, okay? My current girlfriend, who I love dearly, hasn't broken up with me over something stupid. You know what I mean? So yes, we all have stories, and you have a really messed up one, honestly. Like, that's messed up. I'm sorry that you had to bring it up. Like, you know what I mean? And listen, dude, like, honestly though, like, I enjoy your company. This sounds stupid and corny to say to a guy, but I really do enjoy your company in the most respectful way ever. And you know, that's all I gotta say. Like, you're always welcome to my house. You're always welcome to come over and hang out and play video games. You're always welcome to do whatever you want. Okay? I'm not hiding anything. Just being for real with you, bro. Like, there's always a special place in my family's heart. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm glad you talked to me about it. It's the benefit of the doubt. Like, you know, back to you and your girlfriend though. Bro, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for your girlfriend. I'm praying for you two to work it out. You know, my question to you though, do you think your little bit of depression that you have may interfere with your relationship a little bit? Listen, dude, tread lightly, do your thing. You're in a fire department, you want to become a firefighter. You need to keep your mind mentally straight and your morals straighter. You know what I mean? You need to keep everything good. You know what I mean? No matter what the situation is. So, no matter what, keep training hard, keep being you, stay positive, stay happy. You know what I mean? Like, maybe a lot of people doubt on you, like, I don't know who does, but those people don't understand who you are, you know what I mean? Like, I never once, day one, said that you're selfish and stupid and retarded, you know. We played Repo together, we had a lot of fun, you know what I mean? So, that being said, Brody, it's okay. Also, my first girlfriend, her name was Kylie, okay? Kylie. She was honestly, for the first girlfriend, I kind of pulled, I would say, like, for a 13-year-old boy, I pulled a 10 out of 10 baddie. But she was also, like, a predator, I think, because she was, like, 17. And I was 13. So, that's crazy, bro. But listen, we gotta figure out about this farm, bro. Enough about these girls, bro. Get our minds off of it tonight. Let's have a good night. Let's play some Farming Sim and just talk. Oh, bro, my nuts are... Dude, I heard you can get, like, testicle torsion, bro, if you, like, sit the wrong way or you do the wrong thing. Yeah. I was watching a video, bro, and it was just earlier, and this kid was, like, playing Persona or whatever, and, he was sitting there, and he fell asleep on the couch, right? Got up like 5 hours later, it was like midnight, and he went to use the bathroom, went to bed, and like he could not go to sleep because his nuts started hurting like really bad, and then like it hurt so much that he he started throwing up like crazy, you know what I mean? So then he went to tell his dad that he needed to go to the hospital. His dad's like, you're fine, and like then he asked his sister, and his sister took him to the hospital. And his nuts started turning blue and whatever. So then the doctors, like 4 girls there, like checked to make sure it wasn't like, you know, bad, but it was really bad. So he like threw it. He said that he threw up like 25 times in the hospital, and he started praying because the doctor came in and said that he has to lose one of his nuts pretty much. Like they would have to remove it in surgery. So, but then like the doctor touched it and it like intertwined or whatever, and like he still had to go through surgery to make sure like it wasn't like messed up or whatever. But he told me, like he said in the video, that after he touched it, like untwisting or whatever, he said that if he didn't feel any more pain anymore, it was all gone. You know what I mean? But I think he did lose his nut. I'm not sure about. I'm not him. But the funny thing about it though is like if I ever had that happen to me and I lose my nuts, like that would suck because that means I can't have kids with my girlfriend. You know what I mean? That means that I'd either have to adopt or she would have to have a sperm bank. Really? It's gonna be like, what the? Really? Like, what? Nah, brother. Like, honestly though, like that, it's not saying I'm fearful of that, but honestly, I don't want that happening to me. I don't want to lose my right nut or my left nut. Really? Imagine. How did he get stuck? How? Yeah, but like, oh, damn. That dude must have been on something, bro. Oh, how does he pee? How did he pee? Oh. That's that. That's diabolical. That is diabolical. No, there was oh, that's disgusting. I seen Jimmy showed me something about like a while ago, and it was so weird. He cause Jimmy used to be that type of dude in school that I just pull up the most random, disgusting like pictures and memes or whatever and show it to all the classmates. So James, like one day was on his phone with a kid named Ethan and pulled up like two gay dudes in a rod in between their dicks, and they were humping the metal rod that was in the tip of their dick. It was so bad, and I shivered up because that's a rod in your tip of your wiener. It's like a small little rod that goes in it. Every time it went in, it started bleeding proportionally. I know, it was so funny too, but like, I don't know, I think he still has that video, but I'm not sure though. The water one or the spikes? Tell me about it. Bro, that's so like the Vietnamese and the Japanese are like so gruesome to everybody. Like, what the heck? So is the Chinese, bro. Us Americans, bro, we treat you like a queen and king, bro. But as soon as we put Vietnam and America together, they're just gonna kill each other. Like the Siege of Jadotville, bro, like the African like movie where they were trying to see like control Africa during the 50s, the Irishmen, like when they seized all the captive, like all the Irishmen, like there was like I think 150. They were gonna kill all 150 by death penalty. You know what I mean? But then like the U.S. embassy or whatever, the Irish embassy, sorry, came in and like stopped that from happening, sent them all home. But like that's insane though. You imagine that like you're getting captive and you surrender and all they're gonna do is kill you. Like you just surrendered to your fate. Good movie by the way, you should watch it. Well, the glass rod spinning. Oh, don't. Oh. Oh no. Oh, come on, bro. I don't want to know that. Alright, I'm thinking about this harvest, right? You know what I mean? I'm thinking that we gotta save enough money. Huh? What happened? We could sell our herbicide spray because we don't need it anymore. So, which is what I usually plant, then I send the weeder, and then I send the roller right after that. It'd be cool. Really? Isn't that slurry stuff? I guess it kind of has the slurry tanks. Which I don't know how that would go. We have to use a truck, right, to haul it onto the field and then spray it. Yeah. No, that's actually a smart idea. We could do that, but that means we'd have to spend money right now. We just gotta wait for a couple harvests. That's all. Or one. We probably gotta do one or two more at least. Maybe one. I think would be good. Because either we could do what you said, and we could do it on our farm right now. We could buy a dairy farm and just start doing it. We have enough room. Like, we don't need 12 garages or anything. You know what I mean? I have a silo. Then I might upgrade to store more stuff. But other than that, I'm not worried about it, you know what I mean? I totally forgot about him. He's probably asleep. That dude's probably sleeping now. Wow. Kid who is super skinny, supposedly is healthy as enough, doesn't sleep. It's crazy, bro. I'm kind of annoyed at him. I'm kind of annoyed at his mother too. Like honestly, like he should be able to work. Like no offense or anything, but like damn, bro, like what the, bro, does she let him go anywhere else except for home? Bro, like, honestly, I would, like, have a day where little Squashy can come out and have some fun, you know? Like, we could, like, for instance, right, like, I don't know how to dismantle an engine, like, that'd be something to teach him. This kid has no, it sucks to say, but he has really no skill in life right now. Like, he has no... He probably has some experiences, but like he doesn't have like landscaping. He doesn't have nothing.
I mean, what she's. Your mom convinced him, his mom, to do it. That's insane. Well, please tell me about it. Huh? No, nothing actually. Sure, I'm down for it. Gotta read a message you got from Lowe's, bro. Okay, we can do anything. I want to buy a truck, but I don't have the money right now, so I'm not buying a truck. So we can also just hang out and do whatever you want. Okay. Yeah, go-kart riding. I can't bring my go-kart because my go-kart. I could, but we have to fix it. It's. Yeah. I think. Bro, I hate Lowe's. They got back and declined my request. They basically wrote and posted it was like, I'm sorry, but we might, in the meantime, you can sign up for the other time. Gotta tell the girl that I was talking to guys that they won't. Girlfriend in a little ducky outfit. Right. We can hang out here, we can hang out there. Another thing is here, I have nothing to do. Like, I really don't have anything to do. I have really no thought of what to do here. Like, I don't know. It's stupid, but I really don't know. My computer for my car is not in. Like, I mean, the only thing we could do tomorrow, it's up to you. We could lower my Jeep. The stock level. But first I gotta buy tires for it, you know what I mean? But I think we can just bring it up a little bit. I don't care. Low motor. I just have no clue how to do that. That's the only issue. It'd be me listening to you and you doing most of the work. Because I have no clue to doing it. I don't care. My girlfriend's probably gonna come, I think. I don't know, because he wants to hang out super long. That's what she was telling me the other day. Let's see, bro. I want to come hang out with you, though, so no matter what. Hey, maybe we can go on a double date. Maybe we can have your girlfriend come. We can go on to Top Golf. My girlfriend's got a discount or gift card there. Sorry. Go golfing for a bit. You know, have some fun. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Maybe go to your house. Go-kart ride. Go-kart ride. I can bring my bike down. Moped. I don't know. Maybe. Depending. My mom is not a big dick about everything right now. Sometimes she likes to be like that. She's like, hey, you can run your bike up and down. Not hard. Route 2. And honestly, it's just a straight highway. It's back road highway. But like, it's not far. You actually live really close to my girlfriend's house, I think. if I remember correctly.
No, my girlfriend currently lives in Providence. My first girlfriend lives in South Kingstown next to Providence. Like on the border, like she's less than a mile away from the fire department. I'm you too. Big difference. He's like 18. He went to, I think he went to North Kingstown, so SK High. He went to SK. Yes. Yeah, she went to South Kingstown High School. She was like really quiet. She didn't have like any friends or whatever. And all that like off-putting, kind of weird country girl, head girl. You can look up her name on Instagram. It's very different. Dude, my underwear is all dirty. I actually gotta do laundry tomorrow. Tomorrow morning when I first wake up, I gotta do laundry. Yeah. I gotta use the bathroom. Bro, my girlfriend's all mad at me right now. She want to hang out with me. And I said, what's the? Because she was asking if I wanted to hang out with both of us or just her. And I said that, well, I want to hang out with you, and I also want to hang out with her. I want her to come. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna be the last couple days before college starts, and she's not gonna be able to be around. You know what I mean? And I have work all this week. You know what I mean? But I want to hang out with you tomorrow. Maybe we can go off-roading with the go-kart or something. I don't know. Lucky. Maybe we could visit Little Squashy. Oh yeah. Throw open a squishy. I mean, so the thing is, if I invite my girlfriend, do you want to invite your girlfriend over so they can converse with each other, so I don't have to hear my girlfriend yelling at me? I love you, Daniel, but, you know, deep down, I want to hang out with Alex. It's good. Real time. Ladies, shake your jaw, shake your jaw. I almost done seating, dude, honestly. We're doing pretty good. Off. What are you doing? Are you cultivating? Damn. Oh, you're only... It's the tractor, dude. I'm telling you right now, it's only the tractor. Or is it the cultivator? No, I'm being for real though. Like, because there's a hill and this is uneven land. Like, it goes so slow for some reason. I don't know why. It's like the worst, like, I don't know, feeling ever. Like, even my old semi truck, I had to put a powerful engine in the new one that we have right now, just for it to get through the hill and the mud. Because the old one, it took like a good like 7, maybe 10 seconds for it to do a full like manure behind. I don't know what this truck is doing, but yeah. My girlfriend's someone. Well, I don't know what she's doing. What is this girl? What is this person? Oh, she's probably trying to see this little area. I'll FaceTime my girlfriend because she's gonna go to bed, so I can. Hey, buddy. Come on. But I gotta tell you something funny. My first girlfriend ever. Her name was Kylie, right? You know, she was an interesting character. Cause I grew up in a church. I never knew what a pansexual person was, right? And that's what she was. She was pansexual, right? But she didn't explain it to me right. But she was like, I like guys, but like I also like everything. And I was like, oh, okay. And like she was like into like anything and everything. So like we did it for like a year. And when we broke up, which was like weird because like we didn't like love. It was a weird relationship because like I'd never talked to her. She'd always try to talk to me, but I never talked to her because I was always like minding my own business because I didn't care as much. And so like, oh god, that tractor's just stuck over there. I'm stuck in the tractor. I'll move my tractor first. No, but basically like on the lines is like we never talked, we never did anything, we never said anything to each other. And then like one day she was like, "Do you want to break up?" And I was like, "Sure." And I was like, and then she was like, "Okay, goodbye." And then we broke up, and you know, that's how it went. Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, that's all she wrote for that. And then yeah, basically I dated like a gay, sexual, pansexual woman. I think that's where you could term it. I dated a pansexual person, gay person, I guess. Well, that's what I thought too, though. So, that's what I said, though. She was like, "No, I like everything and anything." It's weird, though. Anything, though. But Jade and them used to always say like I used to date a furry, but I never dated one. But because she was pansexual, that's why they kept saying that. It's funny though. I don't know. But like she was like the only girl out of like 10 people in my entire class, 10 people in my entire school. Sorry, that you know I dated. You know what I mean? And when we broke up, she left the school actually. Like, she fully like quit. I haven't seen her again ever since. Thank God, because she's like, I don't want to see her. I mean, actually, like, we're pretty cool with each other. We talk sometimes here and there. Like, if you, like, I haven't talked to her in a bit, but you get the point that, like, if I talk to her, like, we're cool with each other. We're not, like, gonna kill each other like exes do. You know what I mean? I can have a conversation and not be mad at her. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's fine, but that doesn't even count as a relationship. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys literally just like, you know, sometimes that happens. Like my first or my second girlfriend, sorry, like her dad, like she wanted to get her dad's approval, and basically like she told me straight up that like if her dad says no, then we're not dating. Oh my god, I hate my second girlfriend so much, so much. You know why? Because at first I met her at the Washington County Fair, right? I met her there. That was in August. I waited until December. Well, we waited, like, I talked to her after we met at the county fair, but she didn't, I stopped talking to her after our first, like, meetup because we were, like, in the car or something, and Jimmy was driving us home because I didn't have my license at the time, and she goes, "It's not going to work out for us, Will." And I was like, "Oh." And I got, like, heartbroken from that. It was so funny. And then she contacted me after 5 months or whatever. Or not 5 months. Yeah, 5 months. September, October, November, December. 4 months. 4 months. After 4 months, sorry. she contacted me and she asked if we want to go on a bowling date after December 31st or whatever, or December 30th. And on December 31st, pretty much, December 31st is when we got together because I beat her in a bowling game, and the deal was if I beat her, she gets to date me. And I did that, and then we did it for like 5 months, and then we broke up over $25. Terrible person, by the way. Goes to me for 5 months, and then comes back and is like, you want to date? Funniest time to be alive, man. 1, 2, 3. I'm not even tired anymore. I'm actually kind of just enjoying like sitting down and talking. It was nice. Mommy, mommy, mommy. I'm waiting for this. I'm at least waiting for you to get done cultivating so then we can finish seeding and I can send out the planter because I'll keep my PlayStation on. So I'll probably be up a little bit longer just watching videos or whatever, watching YouTube. And then, yeah, once that's done, then I'll just wait till tomorrow to harvest. For what? For fire department, you have to pay to apply. And what? That's diabolical. And if you don't get accepted, that's the stupidest stuff I've ever heard in my life. That must be so annoying. I've already been part of Warwick. I mean, Warwick gets the most money, I think, out of the state. True. Yeah, get that job, baby. Yeah, because that's the requirement. Because you gotta be smart. That's why usually you do That's why I usually do security, bro. Because security is like, what's it called? Because security gives you kind of a concept of what it does. Even though you work in a mall, it's not like, you know, you kind of learn what's like policing work. That's why that police program I did trains you to become an officer, literally 101. Sounds ridiculous, sounds stupid, but it really is what it does. It really trains you to do it. Pretty much. What happened to Logan? No, but for real though, like if you're doing police work, dude, it's gonna change who you are as a person. Like you as a firefighter, like you're gonna be cool and everything, and you know, awesome. But like you as a firefighter or you as an officer, you become mentally unprepared for everything. Like I know you seen stuff in accidents, but like you can joke about it and have fun and be a guy, but you can't do that as an officer. You're always on camera, always, you know, if you screw up once, you could lose your job, or like, you know what I mean? Like you could be criticized by the world. Like, it. They're always hiring. The thing is, like, I do agree with Logan a little bit on this one. I would not work with work if I ever became a cop. Ever. Like, I'd either become a state trooper or I'd work in South Kingstown or Richmond. Because the Warwick PD, they are very nice, but they have a high ego. And if they don't like you, they don't like you, and they will treat you like crap. They don't treat you, like, they're like the most profound officers I've ever met in my life. Like, they don't treat you nice. Like, they'll have moments with people, like, they'll be nice, but like, they're actual dicks to people. Like, there's a guy named Sergeant Tavares there, like, he is a sergeant, right? But he is a musclehead. He's like 45, almost 50, but he's the musclehead of all muscleheads. He's a black ass guy, you know, he's got muscles, you know, but he has an ego where he will not be defeated by anybody, no matter the circumstances. He says that he'll take down the biggest guy on the planet no matter what. You know what I mean? They're two different districts, but they always work with each other, apparently. Just pretty much both. Pretty much everybody has an ego there, except for some officers. They're pretty cool, like Stanley and Officer what's his face, Shibley. Because Shibley was a comedian, so before he became an officer, he was a comedian, so he's wicked funny listening to. But to me, I just think it's, you know, God, I'm waiting for this cultivator, dude. I gotta go around again after your cultivator gets done. Huh? I still gotta do that middle part once your cultivator gets over here. I gotta do that middle part. I actually gotta wait. I gotta wait until you get done, then I can put this on. Nah, bro, like, I honestly, they ruined my police work. Like, low-key, I would have done it if they weren't there. Like, and I agree with Logan with that. They do tend to ruin people. Yeah, not fun. Not fun. What else was I gonna say about that? Yeah, but if you ever do police work, like, you just gotta realize it changes you mentally and physically. Like, you'll never be the same after you start. Like, you think you're gonna be all cool and happy, like, half of those officers get so depressed after basic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're so depressed. Like, one of the officers was telling me that, like, his buddy that they were best friends for almost their entire life, went in together, they were doing it, they did security, went into the academy, got out, his friend killed himself, like, after 2 years with each other, because he couldn't handle the pressure. And I was like, what the? I'm like, he killed himself because he wasn't, he was depressed, but it wasn't, like, over a girlfriend or anything, it was over work. He couldn't handle the work anymore, and he didn't know what to do, and he just killed himself. Which is crazy. Nobody like, it's on the news and whatever, but it's like, it sucks to imagine that. That's what really ruined it for me, because honestly, like, if I don't enjoy the work, why would I even do it? You feel me? And the thing is, too, police work is a lot of fun, but you also gotta have the mentality that you're serious, and that's why a lot of people don't like cops, because they gotta deal with other people's BS, whereas, you know, firefighters don't have to. They gotta go to the scene, take out the fire, find out what the fire causes, deal with the police work, deal with the dead bodies, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, police officers are primarily on the scenes where there's fights, gunshots, you know what I mean? Like murders, victims, just it's a lot, and it changes you as a person. Like Stanley, if you ever met any of the officers in Warwick, if you look into their eyes, they got like that 1,000 yard stare, you know what I mean? Because they've seen stuff that they don't want to see. That's why that's why a lot of them again are depressed. Like it sucks. The detectives at my department are so cool, but like you can look at them and you could tell like they've seen too many dead bodies that they just don't care anymore. One of the detectives said that he's seen so many dead bodies that like the smell and the odor doesn't even affect him anymore. He just is like like a piece of candy to him. He like says that he doesn't even like care. Yeah, just like alright, it's right there. Yeah. He told me like one of the craziest stories I'll tell you is that my detective McMullen at the police department, or cool guy, sorry, using cool ass, but cool guy, very sweet. Um, he basically took his day one detective into a suicide scene. The guy basically shocked himself with a toaster in a tub full of water. Okay. Basically, he took him in. The guy was found deceased. He was there for at least 2 weeks before he was found, so the body was kind of like decaying. Yeah, nice and decayed, nice and smelly. He walked in there, showed the body. The guy, he was about to, start taking pictures of the scene, and his detective buddy ran out of the room and like started puking all over the road, like, and could not handle the smell. And the detective McMullen guy was like, he's like, oh yeah, I'm just so used to it now that it doesn't even bother me. And it's true though. He just deals with so many dead bodies. It doesn't affect it. It doesn't even affect them. Whatever. He said the grossest thing he's ever seen was that someone died in a car park on the second story of a building, and he fell onto the floor, and his body, like the decaying part of his body, like the skin and everything just sinked through the floor and into the crevices of the floor, and it dripped down into the main floor. And it was so bad. He said to me that having the body snatches of what they call them come in and do it was disgusting. It was the worst thing he's ever seen. Like, because his body. The guy's body was like snapped in half. They basically had to snap his body in half to move him. It was like the one class we did that kind of like traumatized everyone in that class a little bit. I remember it was like dead body scenes. Like he was showing us of like what is like a natural death, like an accident, a murder, stuff like that. Yeah, like stuff like, you know what I mean. And like one of them was obesity, which is a self-inflicted harm, or it's not like a suicidal, but it's technically classified as self-inflicted. And one of the stories was it was a fat dude from Texas. He was depressed from his old job. He wanted to come up to Rhode Island to see his brother from Texas. Quit his job, came from Texas up to Rhode Island, drove his Corolla. He got a mile away from his brother's house, and he was in a parking lot and died because he had a heart attack. You know what I mean? But he had no help or nothing. And the body was found a week later after a snowstorm. Buried him in a snowstorm. You know what I mean? So his body was preserved for about a month, pretty much, until until somebody called the police on the car and said that there was a dead body inside. And basically, when they opened the door, it was like a 900-pound dead person inside, and he was just, lifeless. And
Oh, that's terrible, dude. What the heck? That's terrible, bro. That sucks. That actually sucks, like, honestly. Yeah, and that's what I was saying too. And then like the next one, which was natural, it was like, and the officers like were saying that you could die from a natural cause and you don't know about it. Nobody knows about it. And they were saying that like you could look at someone who's 86 years old and walk down the street and literally just collapse. Natural. You can't control it. There's no cause of the death. There's no murder into it. A natural death. Like. You're saying that this old guy that all the detectives and all the officers at the police department used to pick up, like on the side of the road, because his name was Dan, but he was alone. He was a vet. You know what I mean? He had nobody with him except for his daughter, but his daughter was, lived in the other side of the state, so they never saw each other. So it was him by himself, and he'd always go to a bar. And between second shift and third shift, whoever was in that district would always go pick up this guy and drop him off at his house after we left the pub, right? And one night they did that. He was gonna be home for dinner, and he was gonna have dinner with his daughter, and got out of the pub. The officer dropped him off, and then he got inside the house and face planted against the ground, or didn't face plant, but just died. And yeah. It was that was but it's funny because it's ruled over as a natural death. No, he wasn't murdered, he wasn't shot, he didn't overdose, he just died from a natural death, which is the best way possible versus being murdered or suicidal. The worst suicidal I've ever seen in my life was a selfish suicidal. That made me pissed off. This guy basically got so depressed because his wife was being a good wife, and because he couldn't do what he wanted, basically wrote a note to his wife saying that she can have everything because she was being the biggest hoe or a bitch in the world, and like just making her more of an ass than he was. You know what I mean? Even though he like never did anything and just like made everything worse. So basically he had enough and just sat on his couch one night, told his family never to come in, don't come in the room, and sent them out to dinner and just shot himself in the head and wrote that letter. And when the cops found out about it, they were like, what the heck? They were... Is he still out today? Damn, how do you... That must be like really, frightening. Like, I could never. Like, honestly, like, that sucks. Was he like ever like, just put me down? That's crazy. I guess nobody threw up in that scene. The worst thing I've ever seen in it was on Instagram. Biker was going like 50 miles an hour on a highway, and a car cut him off, and like he hit the front bumper, went over the front bumper, but he landed on the concrete fine. Did it across the concrete into an intersection.
He hit the curb. He went up in the air and hit a telephone pole, or no, a stop sign pole, and it split his entire left leg open, and the bone fell out and all his organs. And he was still alive. He was still breathing. He survived, but they amputated his leg. But he was what was funny was because he was it was at least 300 feet of him skidding across the road, and he thought it was fine until he hit the curb and he hit the pole. He was going. It was pretty fast. I was like, what the heck? Was it like a cartel or something? Jeez, man. Wow, that's crazy. Dude, we're almost done with this field though. It's taking forever because my AI is going up and down the field like 12 more times for some reason because it won't just go on the edges. The AI, I'm assuming it can't just simply just go on the edges. I might honestly go to bed too. I'll probably finish this thing tomorrow morning because I'm tired. Good night, buddy.